B-O-A-B, baby, we're bums.
Show you what we're looking at today. We just left Mayaguana, Abrams Bay. Got nice flat waters. We're out here in the deep water. Waves are maybe 1 foot. Small little waves. Dave and Marta told us we were pulling our jib too tight. They said to let it out until it luffs as far as you can and then barely bring it in until it stops luffing. And then the boat rides a little more upright. And that's how you get more speed. It seems to be working. See the patch job right there holding up well.
You know, you could also show Dave and Marta the bread we got going. They might be excited about that too.
Trying to come and get some beans, Mr. Birdie? I know you're there. Getting some shade, huh, birds? Huh, birds? Don't gotta fly away, buddy. Hey! We dropped anchor here in the Turks and Caicos. We're on the western banks last night. Just got up about 6 a.m. right when the sun came up, and now we're gonna start heading across the banks. We're not really sure exactly if we're gonna go for loop run in this window or not. This bird has been with us since yesterday, midday sailing. He slept here on the boat. We saw him this morning. He's super fat. Hey dude, say hi. He's trying to catch you on camera. Hi everybody, welcome to Turks and Caicos. We dropped anchor just outside of the south side marina, and I'm just going to show you our view here. Got a couple boats in the area. French over here. Oh, I guess the other boats left, so we got just them and Sterling, and then there's the south side marina right there. And we came from this ways. We came all the way across the banks, came in. It's real shallow, just enough for us. We're in 7 feet of water right now. At low tide, it goes down to like 6. So we got just enough to be anchored here. Visual piloting rules apply, definitely. We're paddling into the south side marina. Sterling was a little tied up. We didn't feel like blowing up the dinghy and loading the outboard. So we thought we'd just get a nice little paddle in. I see Shock Mate and we don't know. Look at them go. Side by side. Come in, and right there is the south side marina. South side. South side. We've made quite a lot of miles since marathon. When I soaked this in acid and cleared it out the best I could, but I'm now starting to feel more confident that this is definitely the issue. And since I got it off, I do see gunk because we ran it a little hard once or twice. Salt water mixed with the fresh water, which causes that reaction. So today when we moved the boat and yesterday, I barely gave it any RPMs at all, and it was coming out of the overflow tank as if we were running 3,000 RPMs. So we obviously had an issue that had to be addressed, so I took this elbow off. I got the, again, I think this is the third, fourth, half of our videos have us taking the engine apart, but here's the heat exchanger. So we're gonna take this into a radiator shop in the Turks and Caicos. We're gonna get it tested. I'm 98% sure this is the problem, and we're gonna actually need a brand new exhaust manifold in the future. Hopefully they can blast this out and clean it. If not, we'll do the best we can with our stainless steel wires and hot water and just clear it out the best we can so we can get to loop run. And then eventually we're gonna buy a brand new one of these exhaust manifolds, no doubt. So there we are. Yeah, fun in the Turks and Caicos. Alright, we're getting a ride to now Express Machine. We just tried T-bore. We dropped off the heat exchanger to get it pressure tested. Now we're gonna see if this place, Express Machine, can drop our exhaust manifold in acid and blast it out. Hopefully they have some sort of high pressure system. I'm in the back of the truck all alone. There's Michael and Sterling.
We planned to walk all over the island, everywhere that we needed to go, but 5 different times cars stopped and picked us up.
We were able to get all these bolts out this time. So in Marathon, I wasn't able to get these bolts out, so I soaked it in muriatic acid, did the best I could, but we were able to get every one of these bolts out. We took it to T-bore, what was it called? T-bore in Turks and Caicos, and they really weren't able to help us much, except for they did get these bolts out, and then they just told us to go do the same thing we already knew to do, but they didn't want to do it for us at the shop. So we got all the bolts out. We were able to get into all these crevices here. One more bolt here, that was out. Just soaked it for about 5 hours, stuck a stainless steel wire through it multiple times. A lot of gunk came out, so I'm gonna put it back together now. We also got the heat exchanger pressure tested, and the heat exchanger passed. The heat exchanger is good, so we've affirmed that there's something wrong with this elbow. Hopefully, I feel pretty confident. Put it together. This will get us to loop run, and then long term, I'm just gonna buy a brand new one of these elbows because I think the damage that was done to it is irreparable. Look at Shock Matei, she's rocking. Look at that bounce. Mwah. Okay, this is advanced anchoring, charting. We're 50-50 on whether we're gonna pull in and follow Sterling. You gotta see where he's at tied up to avoid the strong winds coming for the next 2 days. It's pretty insane. Let me show you how, how it's done. Pull in through real narrow, rocky, corally, windy little channel. Come in here, and he's tied himself off. Tied himself off right here to this. And then he's got himself tied off to that boat way over there from the stern. And if you notice, he's just bumping into the rocks right now because I haven't anchored on his port side and dropped anchor to keep us from swinging this way. And he's not bothered by it. He's bumping into rocks. I would be petrified to be here like that. Trying to follow his lead. I'm 50-50 whether I'm gonna come in or not. And it gets shallow and there's rocks and whew. We'll see. Well, we went for it, and you cannot enter the south side marina here in Turks and Caicos at low tide if you draw 5.5 feet. We now know that. We were trying to get in right there and we didn't make it. We're on the ground.
Once you start moving.
So we'll wait for high tide. It's pretty soft bottom, sandy, but it's never fun running aground, obviously. Getting used to it. Well, look who it is. The prodigal bum has returned.
I'm back! Yeah! Oh, amazing!
So when the tide comes up, I'm gonna go aim for the center, straight line from where I'm at. As soon as I get to the center, I'm gonna favor the starboard side of the channel. And as soon as I get even with the center of the next channel, then I'm gonna turn directly. As soon as I get parallel, I'm gonna turn directly 90 degrees and favor the center until I get to the white boat, and then favor port side center all the way to where Sterling's at. Okay, we just entered the little canal. We're gonna stay in the center here until we get to that white boat, and then we're gonna favor the port side.
Favor the port side.
Now I'd like to play it off like this was a smooth tie-up. Michael turned the camera off. We got a little turned around, the current and wind started taking us down the channel. It definitely got dicey. Anchored in the boat graveyard. Tied off to Sterling, got an anchor line going off there.
Right here. Right here. Walk in here. It's all the way down. You got a bunch of trash shit. You got some good music coming up. So here. Oh yeah. You guys get out here and walk back up there, okay?
Prices were fairly reasonable and there were many other booths.
I move with the letter of pencil. If I ain't gonna miss you, couldn't like kiss you. Take it damn mad, cause you got pistol. And I don't think Donnie pick her up these issues. Wobble baby, 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 wobble baby.
Just you. They hold your pineapple, coconut, something. You have 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8,
Work, 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 work.
7,
To me, I be work, 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 work. See me do me dirt, 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 dirt. So me better work, 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 work. When you walk a line, I'm in the cafe, my ta. Drive me a dessert. Not time to be learned. If I go out, now you don't like it. You know what, that was you tonight.
Leroy. We were gonna try to check out early. They suggested we wait till the day we're actually gonna leave, which is Sunday, which will be 7 days here in Turks and Caicos. So we'll be seeing Boyce and Leroy again in 2 days for the checkout.
These are the tales of Boab.